program is given the school result data analysis, analyze the performance of the student on different parameters, example, the subject wise and class wise. So subject wise and class wise, you have to put some analysis on this. Okay, this is what I have here for you. This is a complete program that you should understand. Here we are creating a data frame. We are applying a bar graph on individual columns properly with the proper width and the name, labels and everything. Before explaining this, I'm going to execute it so that you just see what is the result. Then I will explain you how you're getting this result. See, you are getting properly roll number wise the graph of three subjects, maths, chemistry and physics. So how you are getting this is your chapter matplotlib related. Okay, see what we are doing. First we are creating a data frame. Simply we created three lists: maths list, chemistry list, then physics list. The square bracket says these are the list values. Very important is number of values. 4 values in the first one, you must provide 4 values in all the other list also. Now these are going to be your columns. We understand this much. Roll number is equal to np dot a range. We are creating here range of roll numbers, nothing else. Okay, so just roll number 1 2 3 4. What we used is range from 1 to 4 because we have 4 values, so 4 roll numbers and roll number variable. Now on x-axis we want roll number and y-axis we want maths marks, chemistry marks and physics marks. So first setting up the axis, that is x, that is roll number. So plt.bar is a command or a function, plt because it is part of matplotlib. Then dot bar within bracket provide roll number. Avoid this I am going to explain you later on. Roll number and then comma maths means roll number and maths, x-axis and y-axis. At y-axis we want mathematical list. Okay, in second one then we can decide a different color if you want, or otherwise if you don't provide that then also the color will be taken up. So color, that is blue, width 0.25 bar width, this bar width, and then label as mathematics. Second, now once if I comment this, see what is going to happen. You are going to get only the bar of maths marks, that's it, only the maths marks. Why? Because now we are not providing other subjects. Okay, let's provide the other subjects also. So what are the other subjects? If you want to provide along with maths, now only chemistry. Okay, it's going to align chemistry also. Then now you want the third subject, that is physics. This is going to align with the physics also. What are we doing? X-axis always the same, roll number, only changing maths, physics, chemistry and physics. Rest all different properties of this function are same. Color, weight, label, everything. Okay, that you have to provide. Now, what is the significance of giving 0.01, 0.25, 0.50? This here you can visualize the graph bars one after another properly. I am going to remove this and show you what difference is it going to make in your graph. You will not be able to see the graphs properly if you don't use them. See here. Simple, what we doing is we have the bar, first one for mathematics, we want to shift little bit the width plus like this. So that's why whatever the width is there, accordingly we are using plus. The first one we are not shifting, the second one we are shifting a little bit using plus. 0.25 I just want to shift it, and the next one is 0.50 plus 0.50. Okay, and when I execute again, I am going to get back what my graph is. So this is it. Now there are something more I have to explain you. The labels, if you don't provide, you are not going to get the legend over here. Legend means the description. After these three lines, plt dot x label. X label means what you want to print here on x-axis, what are the values you want to specify here, that is roll number we want to, so we are giving just a name of the x label, this is roll number values. Then y label we want to write subject marks out of 100, y label को label दे दिया. Then plt dot legend, legend से क्या आया, the corner आया, this corner, which color is for what subject. Okay, and the subject label you have to write. अगर इसको skip करा तो ये legend create नहीं होगा. Then where do you want the location of this legend? I want it in upper left. You can have lower left, lower right, upper right, this corner, that corner, all the four corners, whatever you want. plt dot show is always very important. If you don't use plt dot show, your graph will not be visible on. Okay, it will be created but not be visible. I hope you have understood. A quick revision to that. This is a big program. 3 lists taken, roll number generated. Even you can take a list of roll number also if you don't want to generate. Then plt dot bar, provide x-axis as roll number and y-axis as maths. plt dot bar, roll number, x-axis chemistry, roll number physics, and the color of the bars, width of the bars, labels of the bars, plus this plus 0.0, 0.25, 0.7, 0.50, just to shift them so that they are visible and they are not overlapping to each other. Then x label, what you want to write, y label, what you want to write in just a description. Then legend, if you want to put, if you don't put this line, this will be disappeared from here, and then show. And I hope this is clear to you. Now this is the next program. Here again a dictionary will be created, similar, all the same data, but now as an index I am providing the roll number, because in the previous one where we were getting the indexes unnamed, now here to plot we are properly providing a data frame with the indexes. So this is what is a data frame. Let me first show you this data frame which we have created with proper indexes of roll number. So this is a proper data. What we picked up as the marks.csv, we had to filter it, but this one we have created. Okay, roll number list is there, then subject marks are there. Now to this, if you want to perform the plot, instead, see, directly also you can do that. Instead of providing like in previous program we did x-axis, y-axis, just shift a graph, I am going to give you one line of code that is going to do the same. See here, just execute this. It's going to show you this is the data frame and this is, here is the graph. See, we did not decide the color, so that means this way the colors are coming. But again, roll numbers and the particular marks. Here labels are not there, that if you want you can also provide. Now similarly, instead of bar, if you are looking for the line graph, you can use it, both also possible. I am just commenting so that it's visible on the screen properly. This is the line graph of these values, roll numbers over here and the marks over here along with the legend properly. The blue represents your mathematics marks, then chemistry marks and physics marks. I hope this is clear. What we change only is plot.bar, plot.line. And in the previous program where we were plotting like here, similarly what you have to do is, instead of this bar you have to use plt.plot if you want a line graph. Okay, like this, and you will not need this bar shifting. This is what you can perform for all the examples and you will get your answer. I'm making it back. Okay, I'm not manipulating. So this is you have to do and the line graph will be ready, which is something very easy, I think. Or directly if you want to visualize your data, this is what you can do, df dot. What exactly this means? This means the data frame that you have, we want to plot a line graph of it. That's the beauty of Python language. It is very expressive. Directly whatever you want to get the work done, you're using. And the libraries, there is nothing that you cannot do. Simply you have to import the library and you should know the documentation of the library to use the various functions. This is done. Now the next program is to show the line chart. I have already This is the program, so that if you want to perform separately also I have provided with the colors and all the same data. Okay, you can execute this if you want, or otherwise the direct one, nothing to explain in this part. Pie chart. Pie chart, you cannot have your multiple data set to represent. You can only have one data set in pie chart. What you have to provide is pie chart. Let me first execute this to show you. This is the pie chart, okay, of this data that you have here. Pie chart, I have taken just 3 data, okay. And see, the read csv class 10.csv, this is what the file we have just used the read csv function. We try make this file available, then we use the read csv file to read it out. Now you can just have the data representation, what your data look like. Then as I told you, you can have the multiple data over here series to represent the single one. So we are simply doing one thing, we are using Mathsmarks and the name. So a sector or a slice that you are going to prepare is going to tell you the subject marks, percentage of the subject marks and the name of the student, only this much. Now, as you can see the figure, what are there? This is thus the slice and the label. So you have to provide the label. What are going to be the label? The label will come from names and slices will come from the value of mathematics, okay. So now slices as argument you have to provide. So always take slices as df maths. So marks I want in slices, name I want in labels of the slices. And the color, if you don't provide color, automatically there will be some colors will be appearing, okay. This is tight layout. There are some layouts that you can use, okay. So this one is the tight layout, is just the name of the function you're using. If you don't use, still you're going to see the pie graph. Then title, we are providing title, that is here result comparison title. Now this is the most important which you have to understand. So this is the line that you have to understand it well, okay. Now see, the bar graph and line, we provided x-axis, y-axis. Here we have some of the properties of this function, that is plt.py. Provide the slices. We created the slices and the slices are going to be dependent on the marks of mathematics. Labels, what do you want to name them? You want to name them as the name of the student. So here labels are names. Then colors, so we prepared a list of colors. We want our own color, blue, red, yellow, we provided and we have to provide it. Then whether you want a shadow, that is there. If you don't put it, then also your program is going to work. Then there will be start angle 90 degree. Yes, we want a 90 degree angle to start and then build up the pie chart. Auto PCT and explode, two things here, okay. Auto PCT is a format. Using this you can represent the percentage of that slice. If you don't use this auto PCT, this is what is not going to appear here. And what is a format? There are many format given in your book. What format here I am using is I found to be the easiest one. Auto percentage, auto PCT is equal to, inside double quote, first have 2 modulus sign, percent sign. This is a format. Now what going to appear will be this 1.1 f, means we want a float value with a percent sign. So 1.1 does not mean only 1.1. It means a float percentage pattern plus and percentage sign. So 18.1 and percent sign here. So if just let me do it like this. This is what is a format. Percent sign. And in between, as you can see, this is what is where we are deciding what to write. 1.1 f and percentage, you write it like this and you are going to get your output without any problem. Okay, now explode. As you can see, this part exploded out of the chart. How? By this thing. And how you provide it? By a list. Don't directly write that the marks of the third student I want to explode. No, you have to provide it. You have the first slice as 0, the second one 0.2 and 0 means I want to explode it to 0.2 little bit. You can increase or decrease as per your interest, as well as 3 values, 3 export. If you are going to provide here many values more than the number of values you have or slices you have, this is going to throw error. Okay, dot show. And I hope this is clear. Just one quick revision. We want to use the pie chart for mathematics marks, and we want to label these marks with the name of the students. Okay, so slices as maths marks and labels as name. And see, we have got it from df name, df maths marks, like this. We have extracted it from the data frame we created. Then a list of colors we provided, then a title, and this is the most important one, plt.py, and in there you can provide these arguments. These arguments are slices, labels, color, shadows, start angle, auto PCT, explode. These are all comma separated. When you provide all these details, you will get the graph. The minimum you have to provide is this much, the slice and label. Rest all you can leave, and you will get your graph. Okay, so this is done. Now the next one is take data of your interest from an open source, aggregate and summarize it, then plot it using different plotting functions in library. So for this, actually you have to pick up a data from online source, that means open source. There, as I was telling you, you have many open sourced platforms and websites from where you can pick up your data. So in the next video, we are going to see how we can pick up a data and we can analyze. If you properly analyze that particular data, that can be 60% of your project that you are required to do. Then simply what you have to do is pick up all the programs that you have written for analyzing the data and take it in your IDLE of your system and create a proper format of the software, nothing else. This is what will be left. So this program, the last one, is going to be a part of your project if you want. Okay, this can lead you towards the particular site. So first, if you are deciding it a particular topic of data analysis only as a project, this one is going to help you a lot. So let's meet in the next video.